Roger. Ready to move out.
Bell and Company.
Yes, it is. It says it so loud. This is another episode of Bell and Company here on Intellectual Radio, as well as being available on YouTube. And you can see some Facebook clips and videos. And then, of course, when we're done, all the podcasting sites like Spotify, iHeart, you name them, we're on it. I've found some new ones the other day. I was like, I've never heard of this one. I was like, Clip or something. I'm like, wow, there's so many of them now. But anyway, so that person you just heard there doing the open, that's Libby. Hey, Libby.
Hi. Vote January 5th.
she just got to get that in. We're live here the weekend right
we
before.
Did it live.
We are doing it live right before the election, the federal election, and state and local everything here in November. And everybody's voting. I know the candidates are. At least one of them, the Republican candidates, talking about everybody voting early. So just make sure you get out and vote. That's all I'll say again, like on the last show. It's a pretty important thing to do. People think it doesn't matter, it's just one person, but it does, because that one person adds up after 8 million one person vote. But anyway, so yeah, it's the weekend right before the big election coming up here on the 5th, and we have a really cool show here for you. We have great guests. So, I don't want to forget to introduce Joe. Joe's sitting next to me here. Hey, Joe.
Hi.
And our guest coming on right now with us, and he's on the phone with us here. We'll plan on having him back for like when they do some live stuff, like we'll have his band here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe you guys can jam together. We'll have, so let's welcome to the show our guest. Hey, Peter, how are you?
Hey, doing good.
And how do you say your last name? I don't like saying people's names wrong.
Yeah, it's Dankelson.
Dankelson. Okay. That's pretty much what it looked like. So, Peter Dankelson, welcome to the show. And I don't want to forget to say it, but you had the opportunity to tour with a pretty cool band that I really like and got to meet and interviewed on another station I was on a show, LA Guns.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. We didn't really tour with them, but when they came to Chicago, we had the opportunity to open up for them up at the Vixen in McHenry, Chicago area.
How is the Vixen? I've heard it's awesome.
It's incredible. It's probably my favorite venue around us to play, or at least one of. It's a really great spot. Always a good time there.
That's suburban spot. See, but people that don't know, that's way up. That's way west. That's almost to Wisconsin, actually.
Almost, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Are you closer up there?
Yeah, we're pretty much kind of close to the border there. So yeah, we're pretty far north.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were closer to the city when I first met you. I mean, well, that's because we met you at a city show. So I guess
downtown.
Right, yeah.
So the phone connection's a little faster and easier for you. That's a little bit of a commute. We're out here in the straight west of the city where we're at. But anyway, so yeah, so you're a local to the Chicago area, but again, you work with some big bands. So let's go ahead and tell us about yourself. Just where do you want to start?
Yeah, I guess we could start. With the music.
Yeah, might as well.
That might be a good idea, right?
Yeah. So, my name's Peter Dankelson, 24 years old. Been playing guitar for quite a few years now.
24. I remember that age.
It's been a while. It's been a while for us. Libby and I are the same age.
We're old.
Oh, cool. But no, I've been playing in a band called Petes Diary, which has been a lot of fun. We've been, pretty much doing some mostly local shows, but actually we did a show up in Wisconsin just the other day. It's just what's today, Sunday. We were just there on Friday, almost in Minneapolis. So it was kind of fun to do almost like a mini, kind of tour.
That's a road tour right there. There's the tour right there.
It was fun to get a taste for it,
Didn't you do your album release in New York too?
No, unfortunately, that fell through. We were hoping to, but it didn't quite work out. I know I was bummed when that fell through.
If I knew I was going to go to New York for a release, I'd be suing people, but whatever.
Oh, but believe me, this guy is so killer live. It's crazy.
I believe you. I don't ever doubt you, Joe. Come on. Joe helped book you, by the way. Joe does the booking here, so he told me good stuff about you.
No, we had the chance to play with Primal Moon in the spring. I think it was like May, kind of around that time. And I remember we jammed Johnny Be Good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know. That was fun having you jump up there with us.
Johnny Be
Yeah,
Good. So you
cool.
do some classic stuff then, Joe.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Classic rock. That's some old stuff. Johnny Be Good. That's from the 50s.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the style that these guys are in, like classic hard rock, you know.
Yep.
And I love the vibe that you guys got going. Your whole entire band is stellar.
Who does the Buddy Holly
Yeah.
song? Of course, every time I
Weezer.
think of something, Weezer. It's kind of like a Weezer style where they kind of go retro a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say more like you know, like I don't know, Motorhead, Zeppelin-y, a mix of like a lot of the classic rock.
Yeah.
Motorhead.
Kind of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, you definitely
thing.
get the
Yeah.
AC/DC.
So more of a
vibe,
heavy,
too.
a hard rock feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on who you're talking to. I wouldn't really think of us as heavy, but you know, it's
Yeah, like
kind of
hard rock.
sound. Yeah. Bluesy based. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, definitely
what-
blues
yeah.
based.
Is it LA? I mean, LA Guns. We played them on the station that I was mentioning to you called Rebel Radio, and you know they played everything from like, just death metal to like AC/DC, which is to me kind of popish, but still like hard rock. So I don't know if you'd fit in that scale somewhere.
I don't know. I think of us as kind of a hard rock band more than anything else.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. You guys you're really growing in your sound every time I hear you put out new stuff. And that album was really good, man.
What about back
that's
to
fun.
what I opened with talking about? I didn't want to forget to mention it. LA Guns. What was your specific role there? How did they, come together with you?
Yeah, that's kind of a cool story. I guess to kind of rewind a little bit, just for how it all kind of makes sense. With Pete's Diary, it's kind of interesting because Pete's Diary wasn't really a band name, but it kind of fell into it. Kind of a long story short, with the whole Pete's Diary thing, it originally started as a journal that my mom kept when I was born, and I was born with a lot of lots of medical stuff going on. I was born with a condition called golden heart syndrome, so like I'm missing my left ear. I had to be in the NICU for a long time, and this was kind of before the internet and all that, right? So mom would kind of send daily emails to people, to family and friends to kind of keep them up to date with what was going on, and she kind of called it Pete's Diary. And then as I grew up, I started speaking to students, kind of sharing my story, to schools, and kind of got into speaking and sharing, my medical story and, kind of some of the things, some of the medical challenges I had to face growing up. And then, then I picked up the guitar, and then it kind of got involved into that. And then when COVID hit, I was just posting, videos of me jamming tunes on social media because, COVID, quarantine, there was nothing else to do. So,
right.
We're all stuck at home. And so I was sharing these videos on social media, and just the I guess the numbers just kind of started to go up more and more, and it kind of grew into this thing. So
you went viral, bud.
No, it was pretty cool.
So
from that,
the Pete's Diary is
with all this. Yeah, from that, some pretty cool people and kind of people that I admire kind of started to take notice. And Tracy Guns was one of those guys, and he's become a really good mentor and friend than anything else. When we were recording this record, or the Keep On Rockin' album, when we were recording that record last year, basically our producer, he's like, hey, is there anyone that you would want to get to guest on this record? And I'm like, well, we recorded it out in LA, and I knew Tracy was out there. So I'm like, let's see if he'd want to come in and jam on it. And he played a tune on a track, or he dropped a solo on a track called All Hell Breaks Loose. And that was fun.
So that's your
Yeah.
What the Pete's Diary is now, like your band then? What exactly is that?
It's kind of funny.
It kind of turned into that.
Media, with the social media, it was all under that, right? Or all under that account. So it's like, well, I guess, it makes sense to kind of keep the name with the band, since that's what it's all kind of under. So the band name kind of chose us more than anything else. So that's kind of what we've been rolling with. So yeah, kind of a funny story for like band names. The name chose us instead of
what a cool story. And then so you sent it to sent it to the LA Guns guys, Tracy, as you were saying, and they decided to work with you, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really, I talked with him a couple times beforehand, and I knew him well enough, like when we were doing this, that I'm like, hey, I could send him a message and see, to see if he'd be interested in doing it. And he's such a nice guy. He's like, as soon as I sent the text, he said, hell yes. And, next day came in and he's like, what do you want me to play over? And we showed him the song and the changes and all that stuff. And, he did a couple takes and he was good to go. So it was really cool of him to do.
So how would you have gotten involved with him? I mean, he's based in LA, obviously this band.
I saw the video of
him
playing. So
just from the video, and well, he said he knew him before. So that's how did that connection come about? Were you in LA then, or how did that work out?
Really, yeah, we recorded the album out in LA, but initially he just kind of found, I guess, on social media, like just from the Petes Diary videos and stuff, and just kind of kept in touch. I went and saw them at a show a couple of years ago and got to meet them, him and the band for the first time. We just kind of kept in touch ever since, and then kind of that's when have the solo and him guesting on the record came about. And yeah, we recorded it out in LA. So I knew he was close by. I wouldn't have to travel or anything. So
what studio in LA?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it kind of worked out that way because the producer we worked with, a friend hooked us up with Keith Nelson. He was one of the founding guitar players of the band Buck Cherry.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
Well, met them here in Chicago a few times. So wait, Joe was just asking. What? Go ahead. What were you saying, Joe?
Oh yeah. Well, did he produce out of his studio? Did he have his own studio, or was there like another studio that you guys went to?
And what video was it?
So let's see. So Keith, he worked out of a buddy's house. Like a friend of his had a home studio that we worked out of and recorded out of.
Nice.
And so we recorded there. And yeah, that was just a great experience. It was a really fun time, writing the songs and then getting to record them as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And the video was what again? You mentioned the video, or Joe was asking about the video.
Let's see. So I for like a performance, or
well, what were we asking him about?
I asked about his producer and where he put it out.
Yeah, but you didn't do a video of that project then?
There's a couple of videos like online of little behind the scenes clips of the record. There's not like a ton of behind the scenes, but yeah, there's some stuff on social media. And,
okay, that's what because there's clips I was with. Joe's looking at me like I'm crazy. I saw some clips. I'm like, well, okay, now I get it. Go ahead. Anyway, moving on. So, but you did go. That's what I'm saying. You were out in LA at that point working with them, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You also have a book too.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? I didn't get to buy it when I saw you last. I was gonna try to buy a copy soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's that story about?
So the book is called How I Learned to Rock My Life, and basically the book really was a labor of love from Mom more than anything else. And basically the point of the book was to really kind of talk about my medical story, and a lot of it was when I was really young. So that's why I say it was really kind of her passion project, because more than half the book was I had a ton of procedures and stuff that I had to go through when I was younger, like under 4 years old. Lots of surgeries and doctor's appointments and hospital visits. But then I had a couple pretty big procedures in high school and middle school as well, and I can kind of chime in more with stuff that I could remember.
Oh wow!
But really, it was just to highlight the medical side of things, because on social media, people would see, me playing guitar and enjoying these songs and all that, but there's kind of this whole other thing that maybe, people just didn't know about as much. So the book was written to highlight the medical side of, my story and all the stuff that I'd gone through.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. And still in your 20s doing that.
Yeah.
Wow, it's cool to see how dedicated your parents are to your music. I just really love seeing that when I met them at the show. They are
Yeah.
fully gung ho for you and for the great creations you make.
Yeah. No, they're definitely my biggest supporters, and they're always there.
Pretty awesome.
For sure.
So you got to meet the parents and Peter at the show. What show was that?
We played at Brothers, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep, it was at Brothers.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Brothers in Chicago. It
Very
was
cool.
a cool bar, cool place, very
That was
fun.
a fun bar.
Yeah.
Are they still? I don't know if they're still. I think they're.
Yeah, they've
they're
been
still
around since 1991.
Yeah.
It was over the last spring.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't too far out.
I'm losing track all about. So many bars go close. It's like, wow, these are like classic spots that are no longer in Chicago, but
That's
something
the life.
new usually pops up. So that's good for you guys. Maybe you need to write another or a whole nother book, because, like I said, you're still kind of young, and I'm sure there's a lot more that'll happen to you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hopefully the medical stuff is mostly done. With my life, it's like if there's anything I've learned, there's always some medical surprises around the corner, but things are pretty tame right now. Keeping my fingers crossed.
So what
So
exactly do you go through? Like you said you were born with something, correct? What exactly is that?
Yeah, so it's a medical syndrome called golden heart syndrome. It's kind of hard to say. Like it's kind of, it can affect people in a couple different ways, but mainly my thing is I'm missing my left ear.
you mentioned that, yeah. Wow.
Yep. So I have a hearing aid on that side to help hear.
Yeah.
And back, I've had some back issues. I have one kidney in the front instead of the back. They call it a single pelvic kidney.
Really?
I was born with a very small airway, so I had to have some jaw surgeries to. Basically, my lower jaw was very small, so they would move. They moved the lower jaw forward to make the airway bigger. Then I had a hole in my neck.
Wow.
I had a hole in my neck because my airway was so small. To help
When was all that happening?
Yeah,
like what years? Like when you literally were newborn, or a little later?
Yeah. I mean, it was all there from birth.
Oh boy,
man, you've got such a purpose to like get through all that stuff and like continue to create amazing content and amazing music. That's inspiring to a lot of people, and I know I've seen it just by looking at your social media. You're a big inspiration to many.
That does sound
cool.
like a great story.
Some of the comments it is pretty cool, because you see some comments sometimes from people that are inspired by some of the stuff that I've been through, like, or it could be something like that, and sometimes it could be something simple.
Your
but,
absolute skill.
Like, sometimes people would say like, I picked up the guitar again after watching you play and everything. Or it's like, having seen some of the stuff that I've gone through and had to deal with, it's like sometimes people have taken that and kind of maybe it pushed them to do something, that they've been wanting to do. So, you get messages like that sometimes, and it is pretty inspiring and motivating to, you're helping people, and that's the most important thing.
Like I said, you're a prodigy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the next step would be like now we got to do a movie about it. Biography,
I don't know who'd want to watch that.
We'll get there soon. Pete. Don't worry.
That is a really cool story. I'm glad that it's working out and that you're able to come on. And I mean, you had kind of a dream gig there. That's why I wanted to make sure I mentioned it before we forgot. I mean, that's pretty big time. LA Guns is a big band to work with. I mean, I know obviously they've been around for a while, but still pretty good. A great achievement.
Have you been working with anybody else?
It's been incredible. I've gotten to meet quite a few people that I look up to, and I've been inspired by. Orianthi, she played with Michael Jackson for a little while. She's an amazing guitar player.
She was just here. She was just at the Arcata Theater. Speaking of the local LA Guns, they were also here, as we mentioned, off the air. So yeah, great. She's really good. I was like, whoa. I was, this is what confuses me. I don't know how to place people, like what their genre is, because to me she's just like pop or rock, but no, she's like heavy metal. I was like, okay, I guess. Yeah,
she's kind of all over the map. She kind of has a lot of different styles she dives into, but she's a great guitar player. We got to open up for her at the Vixen last summer, and that was a great time. And I got to sit in with her and jam. It was a
Wow.
lot of fun. She's awesome. She's such a great guitar player and just super, super nice.
You were asking something. What were you saying?
Oh, well, I just got a new question from it. So, as a guitarist,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on Buckethead?
Ooh, he's really good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
He's a great guitar player.
I was definitely wondering because I know I saw a picture of you with John 5, so I was like,
Yeah.
figure
I was
I'll
where
ask
did
him
that-
about
how did that
Buckethead.
relate? Okay, now I get it. Now it makes sense. Okay, interesting. Well, you definitely get around a lot. Now, is the popularity? I'm sure you're really talented, obviously, but do you think you're finding more notoriety from the book or from working with some of these other bands? How are you getting played or seen? I guess.
Your social media
really-
presence is great.
It's definitely been the social media more than anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, during the pandemic, we mentioned that, so that helped push you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, some of your reels get like 2.5 thousand likes, just like
Wait, you mean so 2,500 or 25,000?
well, he's had quite a few that have cracked like 3,000 stuff like that.
Oh,
like
3,000. That's still a lot.
on Facebook, 2,000 likes.
That's really good for
yeah.
Facebook, actually.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
it's pretty wild to look at. I've gone to your page and I've been like, whoa, or like I've seen your page pop up as like an ad almost, but
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
because I follow your social media. But like I always see your stuff and I'm like, wow, dang, they've got such good presence, and I love that about y'all.
And it's pushing his band or his singing, not necessarily the book. That's what I'm wondering. Is it pushing the book too?
No, it's
Yeah.
mostly the music,
Also-
right?
Yeah, it's pretty much all around that. Yeah.
Well, then we got to talk about the book. Where are we going to find the book?
Well, yeah, so the book is on, you can find it on petesdiary.com. And then it's also on Amazon as well. So everything's there.
Okay.
Did you print it through Amazon?
Sorry, what was it?
Did you print it through Amazon or did you go through someone else?
We went through somebody else, but it's available.
Cool.
So not necessarily self-published, I guess, what Joe's getting at.
We worked with somebody to help us with it, but yeah, for the most part, it was kind of done self-published, and but we had somebody help us with the printing and all that.
That's awesome.
I think that's the smaller the better. I mean, you start getting with the big guys like Simon and Schuster, they take a lot of cut. Sure, they'll promote it, and they give you a nice signing bonus, but they take most of the money. That's it. I think most talent agents, not just books, they do that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's having the right arts lawyer when you get to that point.
Well, on our other show we were doing, the guest Ariana was talking about what is that called again? Do It. I forget the name of that thing that promotes the bands that she's breaking away. A lot of people are breaking away because there was some borderline illegal stuff going on. What was the name of that one?
Their distribution, DistroKid.
DistroKid.
Who do you guys release through your music?
Are you using them?
No, I've heard of them. They're definitely one of the most well-known self kind of publishing for music. We went through, from the social media, we kind of I kind of got to know I get my lingo mixed up with all the publishing stuff, but it's a group called TuneCore.
I've heard of them.
I'm pretty sure it's publishing. Yeah, no, sorry, that was the EP before. It was through Earache Records. So it was kind of a distribution, and we had some help with uploading the files to get out to Apple Music and all that stuff, and for all that. So they helped us with the distribution part.
Solid.
We've been friendly with them before. They'd have some new bands that they wanted me to help promote on social media, and they'd send me a song early. I got to hear Buck Cherry record early, and got to jam some of the tunes off of that to help promote the release. And that was really cool,
Oh, that is cool.
To help them out and hear some of the songs early before everybody else.
That is pretty cool.
Well, there is now you're on the stream/podcast. Then there's other radio station. There's another one in Chicago that plays a lot of new artists called Rebel Radio. I work with them sometimes. I've mentioned them many times on this show. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways to get out there. What about the band camps and all those ones? I forget. There's 3 of those. I can't think of the big ones. Bandcamp and then 2 other ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't quite remember.
I got an idea for you. How about if you do a book tour music tour. Like you can play and
There
read
you
from the
go.
book.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty fun, actually. You know, just kind of like an evening with like type of, you know, like some of those kind of events that you see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be pretty
or like,
cool.
yeah, you see, yeah, some of those guys would do like a conversation type thing, and then they play. You know,
That's
those events are pretty cool.
That's kind of what I see for you. You could tell a little bit of the story of you, which is a really awesome story, pretty inspiring, you know. So we'll definitely have it. The story will be out now because this gets to a lot of people via the podcast apps and YouTube. We're building on our YouTube videos live, so it will help you promote yourself a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
I definitely love the way that you perform in sets. Like you definitely are very fluid in your performance and you're natural on stage. So your energy's killer for sure. You guys all, and your chemistry with your bandmates is great as well.
Yeah, for me that's one of the best parts about the band is because we've been playing together for so long. It's like, you know, you kind of know everybody's habits and that kind of thing, and just kind of the energy you get when it's, you know, just right and everybody's kind of firing on all cylinders. It's just like once you can kind of feel that the band is feeling it, it pushes you to play better as well. And then especially, you know, it's that whole kind of back and forth with the audience too. If the audience is into it, you kind of feed off of that, and you know, it's this whole cycle. So like the live stuff, that's my thing. That's the stuff I love the most.
Live is always so much fun. I mean, you get, like you said, it's right there in your face. You know who loves you and hates you. Well, obviously, if they love you, they're all there, right? But yeah, live shows are the best.
If you just try and hit him with a pick or something, you know.
Right. Live radio can be difficult sometimes, but especially at an event.
Sure.
But it's definitely fun interacting with the crowd, no doubt. Yeah. But what was I? Oh, I know what my other question was going to be. So Petes Diary is who else is involved with you in Petes Diary then?
Yeah, so we're a trio, right? So for a singer and bass player, Mac, my buddy Mac McRae, he's been playing since the beginning, he's kind of the vocal and the bass player. And then for drummer, our drummer, unfortunately, he left last month. And
really?
Okay.
He's pursuing his master's degree, so he stepped away to do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy for him, but it's like, shoot.
It's a duo at the moment.
Wow, not quite. So.
Oh, okay.
We found, a buddy of ours in the area named Wolfgang helped us out. Is helping us out right now.
Wait! Don't tell me. Don't tell me. You know LA Guns and you know Van Halen.
Oh, no, not Wolfgang.
You know Wolfie?
Okay. All right. Boy, that would be a really awesome story if you knew them too.
If he wants to jam, he's more than welcome.
They're gonna
drummer.
They're gonna do a collab band, Pete's Mammoth.
That would be awesome. Now I come up with another idea for you. Wow, we're having fun here tonight. We're getting creative with Petes Diary and Peter.
Yeah. But no, Wolf has been stepping in to help us out, and it's been great. He just, I think I mentioned earlier, we were just in Wisconsin for a show Friday, and that was kind of his first time playing the originals with us and everything, and it went great. He had to learn 24 songs in not even 2 weeks, maybe it was a week. So I mean, and a rehearsal, and it was major props to him. For stepping in and helping us out, because we'd be a little bit screwed right now with
That's good that he learned all that.
Wolf's incredible.
So he's the Chicago Wolf, not the Van Halen Wolf.
Right,
Wolfgang. Sorry, got it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you're still the trio then. That's why I wanted to talk a little bit about the band.
We're still rolling with it. Yeah.
Cool. So what's going on next? What are you looking at doing? I mean, I'm joking about the book, but maybe it'll be another book. But are you guys ready to do a tour where you do go outside of Chicago, or are you going to stick pretty much here?
Yeah, well, actually this Friday we're actually going to be at Sweetwater Sound in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of my equipment from them. Great place. And they got a huge venue there.
They're the best. They're the best. We're going to be playing in the theater there. And actually, we just found out yesterday it's sold out. So that was pretty exciting.
You're going to end up spending all that money on equipment, though. Trust me. That's what's going to happen.
I know.
Anytime I've been there, it's like, whoa.
That's going to be a dangerous stop. Yeah.
Great venue.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to be back to be there again.
They're probably
there's lots of family.
They're probably promoting you too. Got to look at the Sweetwater website now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had a couple people send like pictures of the billboard, by the highway there, and it's like, oh, there's us. So yeah, we'll be good to go.
Speaking of which, have you gotten any new gear lately?
Let's see. One of my favorite kind of
Joe's looking to sell some.
No, I'm good. I don't have anything to sell.
I recently picked up an Epiphone Firebird in the spring, not too long after we played the Burris show. It was an Epiphone Firebird. I have been loving that guitar. It's been really fun. I use it for some slide stuff a little bit. It's kind of the popular use for it, but it's a totally different guitar. I'm mainly an SG guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The Firebird is awesome. I've really been digging that sound a lot.
I was going to ask what instrument you play along with singing. So now I got it and answered that.
I'm not really a singer. That's all Mac,
So okay, so you are the guitar. You're like the bass guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, the singer is the bassist.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the lead guitarist.
Yeah.
The video I was watching, I was a little confused. I gotta look at those clips again. But those are like behind the scenes things I'm looking at. Actually, that's not even the actual on airs. I mean, the stuff. So anyway, to clarify, you have you all sing a little bit, don't you? Even your drummer, or like Wolfgang will sing, or no?
I know he can sing. It's just been so soon we haven't really worked that out. But yeah, I'm sure once we keep going further and we get some more rehearsals, and I'm sure we might get a mic behind the drum kit. But yeah, I sing a little bit too, not that great, but I can step in a little bit and help out if need be for some parts.
I saw one of your concerts. You guys dressed up as the AC/DC guys. That was pretty cool. Was that for Halloween?
Yeah. Yes, that was it. We did it was like a kind of a costume party at a Cobra Lounge.
Oh, nice.
In the city.
Yeah, in Chicago, yeah.
And that was fun.
But
pretty wicked costume.
I want to clarify. You do sing along, don't you?
A little bit. Not that often. That's mainly all Matt.
All Matt. Okay. Got it.
But yeah, no. For the Cobra Lounge show, that was like a Halloween kind of party. So yeah, I dressed up as Angus, he's my favorite guitar player. So that was fun. People got a kick out of that.
You had the kilt on and everything.
Right, the school suit, yeah.
No underwear.
No, that's a schoolboy outfit. Not the
or a schoolboy. Well, it's still no underwear.
You think of Axl Rose as the kilt.
No,
Right,
AC/DC.
Yeah, Zach Wild's got the kilt,
Yeah, Zach Wild has the kilt too.
There's a few people that do. Anyway, so
has the shorts, yeah.
But that's true. You were AC/DC. That's pretty awesome. I haven't been to Cobra Lounge. I couldn't even tell you last time I've been there.
It's been a couple of years since I've been there too. It was fun to revisit it. Yeah.
They have a lot of good acts there. Obviously, you were one of them, and a lot of cool shows, just like that, like themed stuff. They do a lot of themed stuff, Halloween, all that stuff.
Yeah. The cool thing about that was there was like a bunch of local bands there too, like young bands, kind of like us that were playing. So it was fun to hear their sets, and kind of some of them were like tribute sets. Like the set that we did there was a Hendrix tribute, but then like there were some bands that did like a like a Green Day tribute or like a Blink-182 kind of tribute thing there. So it was fun kind of listening to those guys, and then there were some original acts that kind of went through as well. So it was a good mix of a lot of different stuff.
All right, so what's your thoughts between Green Day or Blink? Which one would you choose to listen to if you had to get rid of one?
I've always, growing up, I've always heard a lot more Green Day, so those songs are a bit more sentimental.
I get that.
They get a little political, though. Yeah. I kind of don't like that they decided to get political on stage. It's like, whoa.
I mean, I think music is political in itself, and anybody like.
They actually said, we hate you, I won't even mention the name.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, wow.
Right, yeah.
And then,
I don't pay attention to that.
And then they bashed Vegas for some reason. I forget what the deal was with Las Vegas that in Nevada they bashed.
Yeah, they're getting kicked off of stations.
Yeah, the stations aren't playing them in Vegas, so that's kind of wild.
I heard about. Yeah, there's some kind of feud or something that was going on. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the story was.
Joe, do you think they kind of sound a little bit like Green Day? What made you think of that?
Oh no, because he brought up the other bands that were playing. And,
Okay, got it.
he was listening to their sets.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep it all tied in together here, so people are probably listening. Going, what the hell are they talking about? But no, we're tying it all together. It makes sense. I want to jump back to AC/DC for a minute. Okay, so you were supposed to be Angus, but who jumps around in like the schoolboy outfit with the kilt then? Maybe help me out.
That was me jamming.
You're thinking of Axl
I know,
Rose.
for a kill, Zach Wild, I know kind of wears something like that.
No, it's not Zach Wild. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody in AC/DC ever doing that.
On one of the album covers, he's got a kilt. All right, maybe I'm going crazy again. I was saying this in the last show. I had some heart issues. I think the brain is not working anymore.
You can say that again.
Yeah. Speaking of, I don't like talking about it too much, but I do seem to bring it up quite often. But yeah, brain fart again, brain fart. But now I'm going to have to put the picture up on Facebook because I know I'm not crazy, but I just can't think of his name right now. But anyway, so back to the story. So yeah, but you're talking about Corporal Lounge, talking about Green Day, and Vegas for some reason, they really spazzed all the stations there. The rock stations aren't playing Green Day. I don't know if that's still going on, but like for a month or so.
I'm pretty sure there's still like.
I think it was permanent.
They're kind of holding strong to it right now.
That's a weird thing. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. I doubt it. I don't think you're gonna get controversial. You're gonna tell a cool, inspiring story. Why would anybody want to do anything like that?
Yeah, I just want people to have a good time. I'm not really much for kind of politics and music. I'm just like, hey, let's just party. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's just rock out. In that it's its own politic. My politics is let's have fun. It's like I don't really want to focus on all of that consistently.
Right. To me, it's like if you want to get into politics, you got the two sides. You got you could listen. If you want to listen to the one side, you got a band like I say like Rage Against the Machine. If you want to listen to the other, you got your Ted Nugent. You're all set.
Yeah, right. Or you got to some Christian rock bands. They're pretty conservatively, right? Sure. There you go. I mean,
your Skillet.
Some of the lyrics, sure, they can have a message, and I guess it could be political. But my point is, you don't want to be like Green Day, like literally yelling out on stage, "We hate whoever the candidate is." They really went off. I was like really surprised of their lead singer doing that, but whatever. He can do what he wants, I guess. Yeah. There are consequences, obviously.
Everybody has.
Ask Alex Jones about that.
What's that?
Ask Alex Jones about that.
Oh, well, that's well, he's not a musician. He's a radio talk show host.
For a buttload of
But
money.
that anyway, he's not a musician. But yeah, he did get himself in some trouble, didn't he? He's a political commentator. He's this conspiracy guy, in case you don't know, or the audience doesn't remember. But I think everybody knows who that guy is. But anyway, back to you. So so Joe was asking about it's kind of like the mashup there, and then you're talking about where you're going to be. Where else can we see you live?
Yeah, so the last show for the year, we're actually going to be back at the Vixen, out in McHenry. We'll be back there November 16th, I want to say. We're going to be opening for a Van Halen tribute band. And actually, we opened up for them a couple of years ago, and I've kept in touch with those guys. They're awesome. So it'll be good to see them again.
What tribute?
Great show, too. So
which tribute is it?
Van Halen, he said.
Jump? Oh, okay.
I've seen those guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They look like Van Halen.
Good. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I mean, I would definitely. Is the guitarist like on par with Eddie, like skill wise at the shows?
Yeah, they all really do a good job, capturing the vibe and putting on the performance, and of course, nailing the look as well. So it's a really well done tribute band.
Do they have two different lead singers?
Yeah, right.
They kind of they all focus on the Roth era. So.
I was kind of guessing with Jump.
And you're gonna be what you're doing. Are you opening with them or playing with them? What are you doing with them?
We're gonna be opening for them.
Opening act. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Get there early, everybody.
Cool. Yeah. Please.
please. Yeah.
And then
No,
so-
you're gonna kill it, man.
And for some more recording stuff, are you going to try to do more stuff with LA Guns? Speaking of other bands and stuff, the real LA Guns, by the way, not a tribute band.
Right. I guess, whenever they come back to town, I'll definitely see them. If they reach out to jam or something, that'd be great. But, it's totally up to them. It'd just be good to see them. So yeah, whenever they're back in town, I'll definitely pop out and say hello to them. Whether it's jamming or not, we'll see. I never try and be, I don't know. You don't want to be like, hey, let me hop up.
Don't want to insert yourself.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You don't want to be that guy. Right.
No, I get it. Well, speaking of that, he's not that guy. He's Peter Dankelson of Petes Diary. And again, we're going to see him a few venues. We could see you coming up here in November. And if they want to find you online or just wherever they want to find you, where do they look? Where do people look for you?
It's all petesdiary.com.
And your Instagram is at Petes Diary, or is there an official behind it or anything?
I'm pretty sure it's all just Petes Diary. I forget which accounts have like a dot or a dash.
I get that for sure.
We'll find you. Maybe they type in Petes Diary Chicago. It'll help it be a little more specific. But that's great. And you do have the website petesdiary.com.
Yeah, and everything's listed on there too. The social media, some tour dates, the like vinyl and all of that stuff. So it's all there.
Well, this sounds like fun. I want to meet you at one of those. So I'm probably going to end up going. Well, it's next week, I guess. What was the one you said? November 6th?
Let's see. It's let me pull up my little calendar. It's November 8th. Actually, we're sold out. So.
Oh, I guess so. Well, maybe we get some media passes. November 8th.
Yeah.
Again, go ahead. Say where it's at.
November 8th is at Sweetwater Sound.
Yep.
And then, let's see, the 16th is the show at the Vixen.
Yeah, the Vixen. That's a little close. Actually, Vixen from
that's
where
the
I
one
live,
in
about an
McHenry.
hour. Yeah, it's about an hour. And then going to Sweetwater, I think, is about 2.5 hours, but it'd be worth it to see you. Yeah. And then go broke buying all the equipment.
Yeah. It's dangerous in there. Actually, that's where I mentioned my Firebird earlier. That's where I bought that from.
Nice.
So yeah.
At least you don't regret it, you don't have any buyer's remorse from it.
Yeah, no, that's a good equipment you bought, a reputable company, and that venue's pretty big. I don't know. Are you sold out there too? Do you know? Did you say you were at that one?
Oh, at the Vixen? I'm sure it'll be.
No, at Sweetwater.
Yeah, he said that one's sold out.
He is sold out at Sweetwater.
Yeah.
That's like, I think there's like 2,000 people? I don't remember how big it is.
Well, this is the auditorium. I wish it was 2,000. I don't know how many people.
Oh, it's a lot. Maybe it's 500 to 1,000. It's pretty big. That's all I know. When I saw it, I was like, wow, it's like a concert venue.
Yeah.
It's not too small, but yeah, you could definitely fit at least maybe 500 based on what I was looking at. I don't know. That would just be my guess.
The numbers. I was just surprised that they had they have the recording studios, they've got all the equipment, they've got the venue that you're going to be at.
Yeah, they have everything there. I mean, I took a tour through there a couple of years ago, and it's like they have their own doctor on staff,
their own laundry.
Oh, I don't know about all that, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, all the staff that work there, they have a gym, they have all this stuff for them.
Need a laundromat, I guess.
There's a lot of people that
sweat a lot with the bands.
There's just a lot of people that work there, so all of their life they can go through there.
It's like cleaning their uniform kind of thing. I get you.
Well, they're just kind of going to a hub. So if you go somewhere for work that day, then why not be able to do your laundry, have someone do your laundry in the process?
I mean, that's a weird one to me, but they probably got their own food and everything too. Obviously, they have their own venues. So anyway, that'll be great. Good luck down there. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. Have a good trip down there. And we're going to all look for you online. And hopefully I'll make it up to the Vixen then. That's a lot closer.
Yeah, it'd be great to see you.
And again, we were talking with Peter with Petes Diary. And thanks again for being on. It was great to talk with you. And I hope to see you at that event. Then probably not Sweetwater. Like you said, that's sold out. So anyway, thanks again for being on with us. Thanks, Joe, for getting them on.
Thanks for coming on, Pete.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
Yeah, we were glad to have you for sure. We'll have to get you back on live sometime.
Yeah,
soon.
that's what I was going to say. We've got a few bands that we want to do live venues with. Probably here. We'll probably have you here in the studio. That's what we're going to arrange. So anyway, thanks again for being on, everybody. Thanks for listening. Again, find us on obviously IntellectualRadio.com, all the podcasting sites, YouTube, Facebook, and maybe we're some other places I don't even know about. But everybody have a great night. Thanks for listening to Bell and Company.
Night.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Libby.
Have a good night.
Everybody take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Thanks, Pete.
Well, I think. Wait. Hello? I think I did.